Hey family, this is day 46 of our Reading Through the Bible Together in a Year series. Today we're covering Numbers chapters 25 through 27. Now, yesterday we got to experience what I think of as just a narrative short story inserted into the chronological text of the Israelites in the wilderness before they enter into the promised land. That was Balaam and the donkey, and then Balaam and Balak, and putting blessings on Israel instead of curses. And is a very good, interesting story that probably should be thought about a lot more than we normally do, since we generally just tend to use it as a children's story because we get to have a talking donkey. But let's see. We're getting back to Israel and Moses and Aaron as the main characters interacting with God in the wilderness. So let's see how that goes today. Now when Yisrael was living in Shittim, the people became false to Yahweh, doing evil with the daughters of Moab. For they sent for the people to be present at the offerings made to their gods, and the people took part in their feasts and gave honor to their gods. So Yisrael had relations with the women of Moab in honor of the Baal of Peor, and Yahweh was moved to wrath against Yisrael. Then Yahweh said to Moshe, "Take all the chiefs of the people, hanging them up in the sun before Yahweh, so that the wrath of Yahweh may be turned from Yisrael." So Moshe said to the judges of Israel, "Let everyone put to death those of his men who have had relations with the women of Moab in honor of the Baal of Peor." Then one of the children of Israel came to his brothers, taking with him a woman of Midian, before the eyes of Moshe and all the meeting of the people, while they were weeping at the door of the tent of meeting. And Pinhas, the son of Eleazar, the son of Aaron the priest, seeing it, got up from among the people and took a spear in his hand, and went after the man of Israel into the tent, driving the spear through the two of them, through the man of Israel and through the stomach of the woman. So the disease was stopped among the children of Israel, but 24,000 of them had come to their death by the disease. And Yahweh said to Moshe, "Through Pinhas, and because of his passion for my honor, my wrath has been turned away from the children of Israel, so that I have not sent destruction on them at all in my wrath. So say to them that I will make with him an agreement of peace. And by this agreement, he and his sons after him have the right to be priests forever, because by his care for the honor of his God, he took away the sin of the children of Israel." Now the man of Israel who was put to death with the woman of Midian was Zimri, the son of Salu, a chief of one of the families of the tribe of Shimon. And the woman of Midian who was put to death was Cosbi, the daughter of Zur. He was the head of the family of Midian. He was the head of a family in Midian. Then Yahweh said to Moshe, "Take up arms against the Midianites, and overcome them, for they are a danger to you with their false ways, causing sin to come on you in the question of Peor, and because of Kotzbi, their sister, the daughter of the chief of Midian, who was put to death at the time of the disease which came on you because of Peor." Now after the disease was over, Yahweh said to Moshe and Eleazar, the son of Aaron the priest, "Let all the children of Israel be numbered, by the names of their fathers' families, all those of 20 years old and over who are able to go to war in Israel." So Moshe and Eleazar the priest gave them the order in the lowlands of Moab, by Yarden at Jericho, saying, "Let all the people of 20 years old and over be numbered, as Yahweh has given orders to Moshe and the children of Israel who have come out of Egypt. Reuven, the first son of Israel, the sons of Reuven by their families, of Hanoch, the family of the Hanochites, of Palu, the family of the Paluites, of Hetzron, the family of Hezronites, of Carmi, the family of the Carmites. These are the families of the Reubenites. Their number was 43,730. And the sons of Palu, Eliav, and the sons of Eliav, Nemuel, and Datan, and Aviram. These are the same Datan and Aviram who had a place in the meeting of the people, who together with Korah made an outcry against Moshe and Aaron and against Yahweh. And they went down into the open mouth of the earth, together with Korah, when death overtook him and all his band, at the time when 250 men were burned in the fire, and they became a sign. But death did not overtake the sons of Korah. The sons of Shimon by their families, of Nemuel, the family of the Nemuelites, of Yamin, the family of the Yaminites, of Yachin, the family of the Yachinites, of Zerah, the family of the Zerahites, of Shaul, the family of the Shaulites. These are the families of the Shimonites, 22,200. The sons of Gad by their families, of Zephon, the family of the Zephonites, of Haggai, the family of the Haggites, of Shuni, the family of the Shunites, of Otzni, the family of the Otznites, of Eri, the family of the Erites, Of Arod, the family of the Arodites. Of Ar-Eli, the family of the Ar-Eliites. These are the families of the sons of Gad, as they were numbered, 40,500. The sons of Yehuda, Er, and Onan. And Er and Onan had come to their death in the land of Canaan. And the sons of Yehuda by their families were, of Shelah, the family of the Shelahites. Of Perez, the family of the Perezites. Of Zerah, the family of the Zerahites. And the sons of Perez were, of Hetzron, the family of the Hetzronites. Of Hamul, the family of the Hamulites. These are the families of Yehuda as they were numbered, 76,500. The sons of Yisachar by their families. Of Tolah, the family of the Tolaites. Of Puvah, the family of the Punites. Of Yashub, the family of the Yashubites. Of Shimron, the family of the Shimronites. These are the families of Yisachar as they were numbered, 64,300. The sons of Zebulun by their families. Of Sered, the family of the Seredites. Of Elon, the family of the Elonites. Of Yalael, the family of the Yalaelites. These are the families of the Zebulunites as they were numbered, 60,500. The sons of Yosef by their families. Manasseh and Ephraim, the sons of Manasseh. Of Machir, the family of the Machirites. And Machir was the father of Gilead. Of Gilead, the family of the Gileadites. These are the sons of Gilead. Of Ietzer, the family of the Ietzerites. Of Helek, the family of the Helekites. And of Asriel, the family of the Asrielites. And of Shechem, the family of the Shechemites. And of Shemida, the family of the Shemidaites. And of Chefer, the family of the Cheferites. And Zelophehad, the son of Chefer, had no sons, but only daughters. And the names of the daughters of Zelophehad were Machla and Noach, Hagla, Milcah, and Tirzah. These are the families of Manasseh, and those who were numbered of them were 52,700. These are the sons of Ephraim by their families. Of Shuthalah, the family of the Shuthalahites. Of Becher, the family of the Becherites. Of Tachan, the family of the Tachanites. And these are the sons of Shuthalah. Of Eran, the family of the Eranites. These are the families of Ephraim as they were numbered, 32,500. These are the sons of Yosef by their families. The sons of Benjamin by their families. Of Bela, the family of the Belaites. Of Ashbel, the family of the Ashbelites. Of Achiram, the family of the Achiramites. Of Shaphupham, the family of the Shaphamites. And of Chupham, the family of the Chuphamites. And the sons of Bela were Ard and Naaman. Of Ard, the family of the Ardites. Of Naaman, the family of the Naamites. These are the sons of Benjamin by their families. And those who were numbered of them were 45,600. These are the sons of Dan by their families. Of Shucham, the family of the Shuchamites. These are the families of Dan by their families. All the families of the Shuchamites, as they were numbered, were 64,400. The sons of Asher by their families. Of Imnah, the family of the Imnites. Of Ishvi, the family of the Ishvites. Of Beriah, the family of the Beriites. Of the sons of Beriah, of Hever, the family of the Heverites. Of Malkiel, the family of the Malkielites. And the name of the daughter of Asher was Serah. These are the families of the sons of Asher as they were numbered, 53,400. The sons of Naphtali by their families. Of Yazael, the family of the Yazaelites. Of Guni, the family of the Gunites. Of Yetzer, the family of the Yetzerites. Of Shelem, the family of the Shelemites. These are the families of Naphtali by their families. And those who were numbered of them were 45,400. Those who were numbered of the children of Israel were 601,730. And Yahweh said to Moshe, "Let there be a division of the land among these for their heritage, in relation to the number of names. To those families who are more in number, give a greater heritage. To those who are less in number, a smaller part. To every one let the heritage be given in relation to the number in his family. But let the distribution of the land be made by the decision of Yahweh. By the names of the tribes of their fathers let their heritage be given them. As it is ordered by the decision of Yahweh, let distribution be made between those who are more in number and those who are less." These were those of the Levites who were numbered by their families. Of Gershon, the family of the Gershonites. Of Kohath, the family of the Kohathites. Of Merari, the family of the Merarites. These are the families of Levi, the family of the Livnites, the family of the Hebronites, the family of the Mahlites, the family of the Mushites, the family of the Korahites. And Kohath was the father of Amram. Amram's wife was Yocheved, the daughter of Levi, whom he had in Egypt. By Amram she had Moshe and Aaron and their sister Miriam. Aaron's sons were Nadav and Avihu, Eleazar and Ithamar. Death overtook Nadav and Avihu when they made an offering of strange fire before Yahweh. Of these, 23,000 males from 1 month old and over were numbered. They were not numbered with the rest of the children of Israel, for they had no heritage among the children of Israel. All these were numbered by Moshe and Eleazar the priest when the children of Israel were numbered in the lowlands of Moab by the Yarden at Jericho. But among all these was not one of those numbered by Moshe and Aaron the priest when the children of Israel were numbered in the wasteland of Sinai. For Yahweh had said of them, Death will certainly overtake them in the wasteland. And of them all only Caleb the son of Jephunneh and Yehoshua the son of Nun were still living. Then the daughters of Zelophehad the son of Hefer, the son of Gilead, the son of Machir, the son of Manasseh, of the families of Manasseh, the son of Yosef, came forward. Their names are Machlah, Noach, and Haglah, and Milcah, and Tirzah. They came before Moshe and Eleazar the priest, and the chiefs and all the people at the door of the tent of meeting, and said, Death overtook our father in the wasteland. He was not among those who were banded together with Korah against Yahweh, but death came to him in his sin, and he had no sons. Why is the name of our father to be taken away from among his family, because he had no son? Give us a heritage among your father's brothers. So Moshe put their cause before Yahweh, and Yahweh said to Moshe, What the daughters of Zelophehad say is right. Certainly you are to give them a heritage among their father's brothers, and let the property which would have been their father's go to them. And say to the children of Israel, If a man has no son at the time of his death, let his heritage go to his daughter. And if he has no daughter, then give his heritage to his brothers. And if he has no brothers, then give his heritage to his father's brothers. And if his father has no brothers, then give it to his nearest relation in the family as his heritage. This is to be a decision made by law for the children of Israel, as Yahweh gave orders to Moshe. And Yahweh said to Moshe, Go up into this mountain of Aviram, so that you may see the land which I have given to the children of Israel. And when you have seen it, you will be put to rest with your people, as your brother Aaron was. Because in the wasteland of Zin, when the people were angry, you and he went against my word and did not keep my name holy before their eyes at the waters. These are the waters of Meribah in Kadesh in the wasteland of Zin. Then Moshe said to Yahweh, Let Yahweh, the God of the spirits of all flesh, put a man at the head of this people, to go out and come in before them and be their guide, so that the people of Yahweh may not be like sheep without a keeper. And Yahweh said to Moshe, Take Yehoshua, the son of Nun, a man in whom is the Spirit, and put your hand on him. And take him before Eleazar the priest and all the meeting of the people, and give him his orders before their eyes. And put your honor on him, so that all the children of Israel may be under his authority. He will take his place before Eleazar the priest, so that he may get directions from Yahweh for him, with the Urim. At his word they will go out, and at his word they will come in, he and all the children of Israel. So Moshe did as Yahweh said. He took Yehoshua and put him before Eleazar the priest, and the meeting of the people. And he put his hands on him, and gave him his orders as Yahweh had said by Moshe. So here's where we get to see Joshua is now taking the reins as being one of the leaders of Israel, and definitely going to be taking over that position after Moses dies. But backing up to the story about the daughters of Zelophehad, or, however that's supposed to be said, but Zelophehad, I think, is close enough. It's interesting that they come to Moses with a complaint saying, how are we supposed to keep our land if our father, who died before he had any sons, didn't have any sons to inherit the land, right? And Moses goes to God, and God says, yeah, they're right. So, and then God makes an ordinance about those daughters inheriting the land, and the law of inheritance of who gets it if somebody is who should be getting it is not there. And it's just an interesting thing to think about, because God gives all these laws and these testimonies, but they don't cover every single scenario, right? And so when people come to God, he responds based on what they need. And I think that's a great interaction that we see here between God and the daughters of Zelophehad. But let's back up to the beginning of what we read today. The whole Phinehas, the sin at Peor, right? Where the Israelites are having relations with the daughters of Moab in Hebrew, but and it's not good, right? and they're enticing the Israelites away towards worshiping the false gods. And this is all a bad thing. And then they're coming to the tent of meeting, and this one guy takes a woman, and they're doing some insatiable act in the door of the tent of meeting in front of everybody in Israel, right? And then Phineas sees it, and he shows up with a spear, and he kills them both. And it's such a violent, crazy act. And then God praises him for having zeal, for having passion for the sanctity of God. And this just is a contrasting story from what we normally see. But the idea that God praises this man's violence because of his passion for Yahweh. Now, this is one of the crucial stories that supported the zealot philosophy in the time of Jesus. So around the time of Jesus, there was this sect of Jews who had a violent, revolting type nature against Rome. And there was a lot of guerrilla type warfare, street assassinations. There's even the zealots even one example of the zealots killing a priest in the temple in Jerusalem because, the priests were corrupt and in bed with Rome. And so the zealot clan, the zealot philosophy is what they called it, the fourth philosophy. This is one of the strong supporting texts of that type of perspective. And now Jesus wasn't for violence. No, he wasn't. And what's interesting is that one of his 12 disciples, one of the 12 that he was chosen, was Simon the Zealot. If you ever watch The Chosen, they do a really good job with talking about that and bringing him into the story and giving him a good backstory. But it's interesting, this one story about this violent protest of sin and evil in the sight of God, and God praises that type of reaction for Phineas and makes a pact with him. And so there's a lot of stuff that's just difficult to understand, and you can't take any of it out of its context, and you have to understand the time difference between our modern perspective of these stories and what they would have been to the original audience, and how people even in the time of Jesus interpreted them, or how Jesus interpreted them, right? So I hope I have given you some things to think about, but I hope that you have a wonderful day.